Bucs Nation, stop whatever you're doing. Because what I'm about to tell you is the kind of story that makes your heart race, your jaw drop, and your football soul light on fire. This isn't just another preseason game recap. This is the moment you realize our 2025 season could be something truly special. Saturday night against the Titans, we didn't just win 29-7. We unleashed future stars, revealed hidden power in our depth chart, and sent a clear message to the rest of the NFL. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are building something dangerous. Imagine this, a rookie safety carrying one of the most legendary names in football history, stepping onto the NFL stage for the very first time. The crowd buzzing, the lights bright, the pressure heavy enough to crush most players. But instead of hiding in his father's Hall of Fame shadow, he broke free of it with hits so hard, so clean, so explosive, they shook Raymond James Stadium to its core. While fans were still processing that, another storyline started unfolding, an injury scare that had the whole stadium holding its breath. But here's the twist, it's not just bad news. This moment revealed just how deep, how loaded, and how ready our roster really is. And if that wasn't enough, our head coach dropped a bombshell about a running back that most people barely talk about. But after what was said, you'll understand why our ground game might bulldoze every defense we face this year. But let's start with the biggest spark of the night, Shilo Sanders. Yes, that's Sanders. Son of Hall of Famer Deion Sanders, brother of rising quarterback star Shilo Sanders. The weight of that last name? Immense, but Shiloh didn't come here to be Dion's son or Shitter's brother. He came here to write his own story, and on Saturday night, he took his first bold chapter. From the opening whistle, he played with fire in his eyes. A quarterback hit here, a solo tackle there. But the play that's going to live on every highlight reel? A perfectly timed blitz where he came flying in from the secondary, untouched, and drilled Titans quarterback Brandon Allen just as the ball left his hands. The crowd exploded, the sideline roared, and every defensive coach in the league probably scribbled his name in big red ink. This wasn't just a debut, it was a statement. He came in untouched, Bucs Nation, like a missile locked on its target. Rookie safety Shilo Sanders didn't just guess the play. He read it like a book, timed his blitz like a veteran, and exploded into the quarterback with the kind of hit that makes defensive coordinators grin like it's Christmas morning. But here's what makes his debut even more jaw-dropping. It wasn't just about one big hit. When he wasn't attacking the quarterback, he was a wall in coverage. Sanders played 37 total snaps, 23 of them in coverage. And do you know how many times the Titans dared to throw his way? 0. That's not luck. That's respect. Respect from opposing quarterbacks who took one look at him and thought, nope, not today. Multiple hits. Relentless energy. This wasn't a rookie getting lucky, this was a rookie arriving. The kind of physical presence you build a championship defense around. And he's not just a wrecking ball on the field, he's got personality too. After the game, Shiloh joked that he'd send his jersey to his mom, not his dad, because dad would only want it if I got 3 picks or something. That mix of confidence, humor, and swagger? That's Tampa Bay DNA. But what really sold me, and probably everyone in that locker room, was how he talked about his game. No bragging, no acting like he'd made it. Just pure humility and hunger. It felt good. Thank you, God, for putting me in position to even be on the field. I left some big hits on the table. Next game, I'll get better with my angles, my tracking. Think about that, Bucs Nation, multiple big hits in his very first NFL game, and he's saying he left some out there. That's the mindset that turns good players into legends. And remember, this is a guy many thought would go in the 5th round of the draft. But he went undrafted. The Buccaneers saw something others didn't and signed him right after the draft ended. Under defensive mastermind Todd Bowles, Shiloh is now proving that our scouting department knows how to find diamonds in the rough. He doesn't even have a guaranteed roster spot yet, but every single snap, he's fighting like it's the Super Bowl. But as much as we're celebrating this rookie's rise, there's another storyline that had every fan in the stadium holding their breath, the Rachaad White injury. Early in the first half, our veteran running back walked off the field, clearly in pain, clutching his groin. The tension was real. After the game, Coach Bowles gave us the first update. He does have a groin. We're going to run some tests today. I'll be able to tell you more tomorrow. No drama, no guessing, just the calm, professional approach this staff is known for. And here's why you shouldn't panic, Bucs Nation, because the moment White stepped out, Shawn Tucker and newly signed Owen Wright stepped in and didn't just fill the gap. They owned it. The result? 41 carries, 178 rushing yards. pure dominance. That's the kind of depth that wins championships. Bucs Nation, this team has been laser focused on one mission all offseason: stay healthy. Every practice, every roster decision, every snap in preseason has been about keeping our key weapons ready for week 1. So yes, Rachaad White's groin injury wasn't what any of us wanted to see, but here's the reality. This is a setback we can manage. Groin injuries are tricky, sure, but they follow patterns. A mild strain? You're usually looking at 1 to 2 weeks. Moderate? Maybe 4 to 6 weeks. The only real long-term scenario is a tear, and that's months with surgery or rehab. And so far, there's no sign we're dealing with that level. And make no mistake, even though White isn't the starting back, his role in this offense is huge. He's the veteran voice in that running back room. He's the guy who steps in for tough yards, who picks up blitz when our quarterback needs that extra second, who knows the system so well that nothing rattles him. That's why Coach Bowles and the staff are being so deliberate and cautious with his evaluation. The bigger picture. Saturday's game plan told you everything about how this organization thinks. Most of our starters never even touched the field because we're playing the long game. We're keeping our heavy hitters ready for when the games actually matter. But football has a way of turning setbacks into opportunities. White's absence, it opened the door for someone else to step up, and Bucs Nation, the way Shawn Tucker stepped through that door is exactly why this team's depth is terrifying for opponents. After the game, Todd Bowles didn't just compliment Tucker. He lit the room on fire with his praise. Shawn brings us another explosive runner. He's a game breaker for us, really a game breaker. You heard that right. Our head coach just used the words game breaker, and he wasn't done. Bowles went full scouting report mode. He's got very good contact balance. He can break a lot of tackles. He can naturally find holes. He's very fast, but he looks so smooth doing it that you really can't tell until he gets into the open field. Contact balance, tackle breaking power, natural vision, deceptive speed. That's not just a nice skill set. That's the blueprint for a complete running back. And then came the bombshell, the part that tells you just how much Bowles believes in Tucker's future. I keep telling the guys on offense, we've got to give him the ball more. Read that again, Bucs Nation. Bowles was pushing for Tucker to get more touches before Rachaad White even got hurt. This isn't just next man up. This is a head coach saying, we've been sitting on a weapon, and now it's time to unleash him. Last season, Tucker only had 50 carries, but he turned them into 308 yards. That's over 6 yards per carry. 6 yards. Every time he touched the ball, we were basically already halfway to a first down. Imagine what happens if his touches double or triple. And remember, he's joining a backfield that already has Bucky Irving, our leading rusher, who proved he's a dynamic, dual-threat nightmare for defenses. Now imagine Bucky and Tucker rotating, staying fresh, hitting defenses from every angle. That's not a running game. That's a storm coming. And now, Bucs Nation, we're turning up the volume even louder. We're not just talking about giving Shawn Tucker a few extra carries, we're talking about unleashing him as a core weapon in this offense. Todd Bowles calls him a game breaker with elite contact balance, tackle breaking power, and vision that can rip a defense apart before they even realize what happened. Pair that with Bucky Irving's versatility and raw explosiveness, and offensive coordinator Josh Grizzard suddenly has an embarrassment of riches in the run game. These are two completely different styles, Irving slicing through defenses with speed and agility, Tucker pounding through with smooth power and natural hole-finding instincts. Together, they can attack every angle, every gap, every weakness. And the best part? Tucker didn't just fill in when Rachaad White went down Saturday night. He looked like he had been waiting for this moment his entire career. No hesitation, no nerves, just a seamless step up that screamed, "Give me the ball." Combine that performance with Bowles' long-standing belief that he needs more touches, and the writing is on the wall. Tucker's role is about to explode this season. This isn't just hype. This is straight from the head coach's mouth. When Todd Bowles publicly stamps game breaker on a player and admits he's been quietly pushing for more usage behind the scenes, you're not just watching a depth chart shift, you're watching the birth of a feature back in real time. Think about it, in one preseason stretch, we've witnessed Shilo Sanders deliver a bone-rattling, respect-demanding debut in coverage and in the blitz game. We've seen Rachaad White's injury handled with surgical professionalism, giving him every chance to return at full strength. We've watched Shawn Tucker claim the spotlight and force his way into the game plan as a dynamic, big play threat. This is the blueprint for winning football. Emerging stars making immediate impacts. depth so strong it absorbs injuries without missing a beat. A coaching staff with the vision to recognize hidden gems and the confidence to deploy them. Bucs Nation, can you feel it? That's the foundation of a contender being poured right in front of us. We've got rookies who hit like veterans, backups who run like starters, and a head coach who refuses to let talent sit on the bench. So hit that like button if you're riding this wave of confidence. Drop a comment with the storyline that's got you the most fired up for 2025. And if you're not subscribed yet, you're going to want to be. Because this preseason isn't just about tuning up for the season, it's about revealing just how deep, dangerous, and ready this Buccaneers team really is. We're not just setting sail this year, Bucs Nation, we're building an armada. And with this much talent, preparation, and vision, this season has legendary written all over it.